Okay, I haven't quite planned this out, but I'm going to try and do a quick lesson, just sort of demonstrate the types of things that I'm trying out right now. So just going to turn on the engine. Now I've got my joystick slider set up for the collective, which gives me nice control there. My cyclic is on my mouse, and I've also got two buttons on my joystick for pedals. So I can access my yaw and collective with my left hand and cyclic with my right. So starting off, I'm just going to get about 50% power. Now with about 50, maybe 55, I can maintain a good zero altitude. And what I mean by that is on the dial second from the right, the VSI indicator tells me if I'm going up or I'm going down. So with the throttle on the Thrustmaster joystick, you can really get some really fine-tuned. So with the mouse, if I just pitch it forward and then add a little bit more collective, just to stop myself from dropping, I've now got quite a stable forward motion, gaining speed slowly, but I'm not actually touching the mouse, I'm not fighting it, I'm not trying to adjust it, it's holding steady. So I can then simply control my altitude with the throttle. When I say throttle, I mean collective. So just make sure my mouse is back to the first notch on the horizon. Now I'm not touching the mouse, my hand is actually off the mouse now, and that is not changing at all. That is maintaining absolute on the first notch underneath. So your main white line in the middle, that's your dead center horizontal. I've got it set on the first notch forward, which is giving me quite a steady forward speed of about 125, 130. That will slowly pick up over time, but it's quite gentle. Just avoid this. So just to demonstrate that again, I'm going to bring this back to as close as I can to a dead hover. Now I'm going to push forward to the first notch and maintain my altitude using just the cyclic. Sorry, just the collective. You can see I'm slowly picking up speed, but it is quite slow. But the point is that I'm not adjusting the cyclic stroke the mouse in any way. I've got it set let's try that again. That is now bang on the first line. Now that shouldn't move. I'm just going to keep an eye on that horizon just to check. So I'm looking more at the horizon in the little bird because it's a bit bigger. Adjusting my height. Now that center dot between the two L bars, that is very, very, very slowly edging up, which is interesting because I thought that was more stable. And I'm wondering if that's happening because I'm adjusting the throttle power. In fact, that is exactly what's happening. So I've learned something there, but you can see that there is very little movement, even though I'm moving the throttle up and down, which is affecting the balance of my my flight path. It has hardly moved at all, to be fair, since I first set it. So it's now resting on top of the first bar underneath the horizon, whereas before it was bang on the first bar. So so for sort of general sort of trim manoeuvres, that seems to do the job with the mouse. So let's try that again. So I'll get some speed this time, go up to about 200. And I'm going to keep my horizon on the first notch underneath the flat horizon, like so. Okay, so that's pretty good. And I'm also maintaining my collective. And just out of interest, I just want to see if that changes. Will I level off automatically, or will it maintain a forward attitude? And it looks like it is ever so gradually leveling off. Okay, but the point is that the mouse is a very stable way to control your cyclic, and if I were to switch to standard flight model, pretty much this would constantly be trying to get back to level horizon, so you're always kind of slapping the mouse forward, trying to maintain that forward motion, which is really annoying. One other thing I wanted to show you quickly is, so I'm doing about 200. If I drop the throttle now completely, I will sink like a stone. And if I fire on the throttle back again, I'm going to stress the engine, and when the engine beeps, you can expect the engine to do pretty much nothing. So the trick is to, if you need to push power back in, if you're in a steep decline, you don't push all the power through, you do about 75% max, like this. I'm going to push the power all the way first. Now that, fair enough, that wasn't too bad, but when you are at lower altitudes and you need some quick lift, that will let you down. So that's something to bear in mind. So what I would normally do to drop speed quickly is to bottom out the collective and also nose down. And then push back up to about 75, and then from that point only use the cyclic to gradually push up. If I did that too quickly, then I would probably lose my rotors. So the last thing I wanted to run through is just bleeding speed without raising altitude. So the directional indicator in front of me, the white circle with the 3 lines, that's the thing that you would basically be locked into if you want to slow down quickly without raising altitude. So what I do here is bottom out the collective again fully, and as soon as I've done that, you will drop. So pretty much as soon as you've done that, or almost simultaneously, you want to pull back on the cyclic, but only to the point where that circle maintains that position on the horizon. So taking this horizon here as my reference point, I'm going to try to demonstrate that. Back more, pushing back more, my speed is dropping, and as I get to about 100 I need to push back some power. Less power, pull back, more power, push forward, less power, pull back, more power, push forward. And now you've got quite a gentle approach on landing. I hope that was useful.